Can I get this healthy and hearty chili into the slow cooker in less than 15 minutes? Join me and let's find out together. Today we're focusing on a slow cooker chili. This is great if you are always running around, maybe running the kids' places, going to sports, back and forth, work, and you need to make sure that you have something healthy so that you're not stopping for fast food. Home cooked chili, and I know it sounds really basic and really simple, but it can be actually made really quickly. Put it in and let it sit all day long so that you have something ready for when you get home. In fact, I'm going to show you how quick we can do it. I am going to set a timer. So I have my timer here. So once we get started, I will start that timer. I'm going to show you first some of the things that we need. A couple of pounds of ground beef, and it can be done vegetarian. You don't have to use the ground beef. You can just use beans, and it can also be done very inexpensively. You don't need a lot of super expensive ingredients. So a couple of cans of crushed tomatoes. It can also be diced tomatoes. A couple of cans of kidney beans. I use jarred garlic. You don't have to. When I have fresh garlic, I use that. But if I have this, that's what I use. Some leftover onions that I've had in the fridge that I want to use up. Some pepper, same thing. Here's a pepper that I used for some egg bites that I had done, and I want to use up the rest of that. Chili powder, Louisiana hot sauce, because my family likes it spicy. Some crushed peppers, and some cayenne, and then of course some salt and pepper that we'll add to it. So this is all you need. You can put in any spices that you want. If you have a chili that you have certain spices that you like to put in, absolutely do that. This is also a great place to hide other vegetables. Then you can definitely take the tomatoes, put it in a blender, put in some of your veggies, whiz it up so that they can't detect it. So lots that you can do. So we're gonna prepare a chili that's quick, get it done, get it in a slow cooker and let it simmer while you go on, enjoy your day and enjoy your life. So I really want to show you just how quickly it takes to prepare this. So of course I'm gonna speed up the camera, but you'll see it working in real time. So I'm starting to heat that up. I want that nice and heated. I'm gonna start the timer. Then we are going to get everything processed. I'm going to guess 15 minutes or less to prepare everything and to get it in the slow cooker. Of course, slow cooker, it can go anywhere between 4 hours and 10 hours. It does not matter. But the prep is what we're thinking about, right? So we're gonna put this here. I'm gonna start the timer. I'm gonna grab my cutting board because we're gonna need that in a minute. And I am going to start getting this done. So the longest part is usually cooking the hamburger meat. And honestly, it's not gonna take that long. So we're just gonna get the meat browned. You don't have to worry about cooking it through completely. You wanna make sure it's pretty browned up. That's where a lot of the flavor comes from. I'm gonna start chopping up some of my other stuff. I will drain the hamburger meat as well because that is one way that I save money. I do not worry about always buying lean beef because I drain out all the fat anyways. My rule is I buy whatever is on sale. So I'm gonna slide this to one side and I've got my onions and my peppers. Remember, you use whatever works for you. So all those little pieces of onions that for some reason I had left in my fridge, that's what I'm gonna use. So let's get this done. I do try to move fast. I'm trying to be careful at the same time. I have the hamburger meat browning just to the side. So I try to ensure that if I'm gonna do this, I'm just gonna get in and I'm gonna get this done quickly. And I really encourage you to do that. And I know it's not always easy. We always think it's gonna be more challenging than what it actually is. Please remember when you're watching me, I am cooking for my family. If I was cooking for more people, sometimes I wear gloves. I wash my hands thoroughly. I always, whenever I'm cooking, and pretty much all the time, and I know there's other moms out there that can relate, I usually always have some soapy water in my sink. So yes, I am multitasking a bit here. Let's get this little pepper, and I'll do the red pepper. So remember, this is very individual for your family. You're making this for you. That is the awesome thing about a chili, is that you really get to make it yours for you and your family. That's really important. I am not a professional chef, I will tell you right now, as you can probably tell. But I have been cooking for as long as I can remember, and I'm just showing you just regular cooking. It's nothing fancy. I just like to cook, and if it's going to help somebody in some way, that's what I want to do. So you'll see here that's pretty much brown, but there's a lot of grease in the bottom. So I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna strain that. I just have strainer over a bowl. I'm gonna let that drain. So now I'm just gonna take all of this. Again, this doesn't need to be cooked a lot. I'm just trying to get a little bit of the flavors So you know your comfort level. There will always be somebody that wants to do it differently. That's fine. I'm absolutely okay with that. You can do this any way you want. I'm just showing you it doesn't have to be as difficult as we make it out to be. We think things are gonna be so difficult. So I've got my slow cooker insert here. I'm showing you that I'm doing this all. I didn't want to have anything prepared ahead of time. I was even pulling things out of the cupboards to use because I also want to drain the liquid out of my kidney beans. I'm gonna grab my hamburger meat. I'm gonna put that in there. That's gonna go right in. I'm gonna use that same strainer and I'm gonna strain my kidney beans. 1 can. Give that a rinse. All right, here we have it. Beans, veg, some chili powder. Now this is where you can decide, start with a couple of tablespoons. Mix everything up. This is where you can decide, do I need to add a little bit more water? I think I'm gonna leave it like that for now. I might add some more water later, but let's stop the timer. That includes moving the camera around. I had to find my knife, can opener, grab the bowl and the strainer. I didn't have all of that stuff prepared. No magic of television. 16 minutes, 4 seconds. This is going to go into the insert. I'm gonna turn it on 4 hours on high or all day on low. That's your homemade chili. Fairly inexpensive, especially if you have some of the ingredients like these spices on hand. Hamburger meat, ground chicken, ground turkey, but that's it. There's your chili. You put that in, it's done. And can you imagine if you're driving home from the hockey game and you know that this is at home and one of your kiddos says, hey, can we stop for fast food? How much more likely are you going to be to come on home and have your healthy meal than stop on the way? So really think about those things when you are preparing. Something that's simple, something that can go in and cook all day. I am gonna add my salt and pepper to this as well. That's it. So everyone, thank you so much for watching. If you have any questions, let me know. Slow cooker chili, done and ready. 16 minutes prep time, and then a few hours in the slow cooker where I don't have to worry about it. Take care.